everybody, and welcome back here to High Button Sports as we get set for game number 1 on the day. This one's between the Rockets and the Subways, two of the top teams. As exciting matchup to start us off here. Puck picked up here by the Selects. Move that up the left side, and a little burst of speed and a good job catching up. With that in mind, Poirier gets played in along the half wall. Quickly sent on over, and we'll get our first whistle. And over here to the right, nice early morning for us here at Summerside. Typically, these ladies would not play this early. Usually our games kind of roll in on Saturday afternoon, but obviously special occasion here this weekend as Ward gets a shot off there. We'll be going all day long here. It'll be Summerside Capitals Credit Union Place. Cormier picks up. Cormier over here to the left side. Ward's gonna grab it. Ward shoots that in. Bouncing puck will easily be covered up back there as Field gets her first whistle of the game down there on the left side. So as we know here at the Showcase, these games are technically regular season games. So I want to talk about seeding and how things will look at the end of the season. This game could definitely have some implications as we head to the end of the season in a couple months. Arsenault shoots in, it's over to the right side. All right, face off down here on the left side. That one back. Push to the blue line and then sent down, grabbed here by Conley. Conley circles back. Conley with a bounce pass over there to Burris. Lila Burris, and sent up to the line. Richard gets rid of that. Picked up and sent in along the end boards, slowed up by the Rockets netminder. Down the right, Rockets on a skate in there is Poirier. She'll just hand that off to Richard. Heads up, gets the pass just by the stick there over to the right side. Worked down in the boards and then kind of buried in there, which will result in our first penalty of the game here as the Rockets to the power play. A little too aggressive in the corner there for Alexi McIntyre. So rocking the A will head off to the bench. Was on the High Button airwaves there yesterday, not just the streams, but on the social media. So if you haven't checked out what we're doing on the Instagram and the Facebook and everything like that surrounding the Showcase weekend, make sure you do, as there'll be lots of coverage coming today and of course tomorrow as we play the rest of these games out. Play it into the left side. Rockets. Back to Boutlier. Boutlier hands it off, gets it back, shot. That one hits the mask and it comes down in a hurry. Good stop there as Richard is going to pick that up for the Selects and play that in behind. Rockets now go head up, hustling over here to the left side. Brought in over the line. Rockets back to Boutlier. Minute 18 to go on the power play. Start to move. Boutlier. Boutlier hands that off to the left side. One-timer shot in there by Bourgois. And save made. Minute 8 seconds left to go here on the power play. As we'll head down to the left side here. Rockets starting strong with the possession game here. Poirier shoots. Puck doesn't make it through as it's blocked. And then moved up through center. Poirier over to Daniel. Overskated there and picked up and sent in by Rose McLean. The Rockets circle back in behind their net with 47 seconds to work here on the power play. Trying for that stretch pass over to the reach, and then it's back to Grinton, who gets a free clear back the other way and kills another 10 seconds off the clock. Over here, Daniel. Nice heads up pass there to the right side to Ward. Ward steps up, shot, save made, looking for that rebound, but it's knocked off there by Grinton. Now picked up and sent the length of the ice. Fredette, the netminder there for the Rockets, leaves it for the captain. Poirier looking for a lane. She'll get to the red line and send that in along the end boards. Slowed up, and Conley looks ahead. Conley turns that over. It's set back in behind. We're back to 5-on-5. As McIntyre rejoins the ice, she'll just jump right back into the play. Selects, fire that back. Circled around, Morrow moves that up for the selects, but it's back into the hands of the Rockets as they try for their breakout again. Knocked off the stick, in behind there by Martin. Played across, Burris. Lots of pressure here from the Rockets as they try to split this ice in half and keep it from the red line in. Down along the half wall. Handed off to the open player here now, Bootlier. Bootlier stick handles, but it rolls off the end of her stick. Bootlier tries to stay with it. Bourgois in behind. Back to the blue line. Bootlier shoots. Steered aside with the pad with ease. Back to Bootlier again. Bootlier hands it off to the right side. No one home there. Tried to hit the mark. The selects look to work it out. Savoie brings it in over the blue line, drops that back. Richard shoots, snaps one in there, but grabbed out of the air. We have a whistle here, 14-15 remaining in the first. Little fake there on the puck drop, but it'll be dropped in there now. Cormier works it down over to McFadden. McFadden shoots. Kind of rolls off the end of her stick. She'll look down at the blade and say, not what I was thinking on that attempt. And we'll try again on the left. Rockets back to Cormier. Cormier shoots. Falls down into the corner. Poirier does a little fake play and then brings it back to the blue line. Tries to get it through, but the selects work it out. Getting to the red line, now sent in behind. Poirier picks it up first. Poirier up the right wall, in between the legs. Rockets, Poirier circles back around, hands that across, D to D, and now worked up the right side, gaining the red line and sent in behind to field. Grabbed by McIntyre. McIntyre goes down as it gets over to Chisholm. Chisholm can't get it cleanly though as the Rockets pressure in the corner. Sent in around now for Dorian. Dorian. Little chip play. Fitzpatrick slows that down in a hurry. Fitzpatrick works that into the boards. Danielle tries to help out. Ward picks it up on the line. She'll fan on it into some feet there. Daniel has a player in front but can't get that pass through. They're waiting on the doorstep. There was Cormier. Rockets circle. Find an open lane. Play it up ahead by Ward. Daniel, whoa, she'll get spun out there as the arm goes up. And pretty tough down there, has just kind of shook that up and got right back up, but that one didn't look like it felt very good. A collision there ends up with Tanner in the box. Face-off will be to the left, and looks like everyone is okay, but another power play here for the Rockets, who are pushing early in this game. Rockets get that back. Poirier hands it on the blue line. Boutlier steps in with time to shoot. Shoots one in, and it ricochets over to the left side. Poirier goes and gets it. Has the player in front looking back door, but it'll ricochet off a stick and high. Rockets chase it. Stick lifted there. Comes out on the other side. Down low. Surveying. Back to the blue line. Boutlier shoots through traffic and missing a glove down there. Surprised they're still letting that go. Is no stick and no blocker. That's just what they do out there, you know. No fear for Amy Field. I think if there was push came to shove there, she would have barehanded that puck to get the cover, but ref blows the whistle. Selects. Work that up the wall by Rose McLean as it's sent into the end boards on the opposite end. Rockets reset with 1 minute and 4 seconds left to go on the power play. Over to the right side, Ward. Quickly blocked there by Rose McLean as she puts a little pressure on. Comes down in front. Tripped up, and the arm goes up again. And that'll be 3 penalties in the first 9 minutes against the Selects as it's brought in. Poirier on the right. Poirier pulls back. Sauces that to the line. Poirier plays it across. Trying to thread that one through to Daniel. Poirier comes back for it. Between the legs, they're not wanting to touch that as they finally will, as it would have been a 5-on-3 for a long extended time if they didn't. So 15 seconds of 5-on-3. Then right back to the power plays. The Rockets trying to break through here first. Selects hemmed in their own zone a little bit here to start. Puck dropped in. Worked over to the right. Stepping in with a big shot there is Poirier. She'll reset, try again. Save made on the doorstep now. Loose in front, and they score. Whacked away at, and the Rockets get on the board first here. And that was during the 5-on-3 portion still. So they'll still have the power play for 1 minute 45. And just great play from Poirier down there. Takes her initial shot. Didn't get very far, so grabs her own rebound, pulls it back right into the slot. Goes head up, tries it again. Creates a loose puck in front, and the forwards take care of the rest. And we head back to center, and the Rockets coming to the gate hot here on a Saturday morning. Boutlier. She'll move that up to the right side. Off the end of the stick, it'll head to the end boards. Down the right side, looking for another lane. McFadden, 1 minute and 18 on the power play. Boutlier, shot into the feet. Rockets back to the blue line. Inside 10 minutes to go here now in the first. Steered aside off the pad, Bourgeois. Bourgeois back to Boutlier. Over to the right side, back to Boutlier. Back to Bourgeois, tries to feed that through. Wasn't on the money there though, so it rolls to the feet and we'll try again. Picked up, McFadden, down to the goal line. Plays that across, and a sneaky one there as Field has to put that glove in behind her and get the free whistle with 38 seconds to go in the power play. Face-off will be in the offensive zone, though, and as the Rockets send out their next unit, fresh legs. Almost 4 straight minutes of power play time here now. Daniel over to the right side, just off the stick of Ward. Back to the blue line. Over to Daniel. They'll try again down on the slot, but won't get there again. Picked up Poirier. Poirier trying to make a power move down the left side. Doing a good job of using her body to kind of separate from the puck and buy herself more time down there on the hash marks. Swept that. Back to Poirier. Poirier shoots, ricochets off a stick, catches glass. Down and behind, back to Cormier. Cormier has it slow up for her on the blue line. She'll try again. Gritton tries to get rid of it. Richard to the middle, shot through traffic off the glove. Bounced in and out, but covered up in a hurry by Field nonetheless. So power play over now. 8:24 left to go here in the first. Face off. Dropped in there. Whips around the end boards. Subways, survey. Savoie gets it in behind. Burris looks for try to work it out for the Subways, but it's kept in. Rockets back to Arsenault. To the line, shot. Grabbed out of the air. Should say snared out of the air. And another whistle as the Rockets keeping the foot on the gas here. 8:02 to go in the first. Up, played down the right, player in front there, but they'll work it along the end boards. Selects pressure 2-on-2 down there. Picked up, circling around, trying to hand that off again. Stick lifted. Poked at, and now Poirier with a move into the middle. Poirier steps up, shot. Fantastic deke there to get in around, and the quick hands of Poirier showing themselves here through the first period. Picked up, brought him behind, played up the right. Worked over the blue line. Spinning McFadden. Comes off into the corner for Conley. Ainsley Conley picks it up for the Selects as they look to get their offense moving here. Worked around the boards there, MacArthur. Slowed up on the end boards. Selects chase it. Get that and play it in behind. Chisholm cuts back to the blue line. Back down to Chisholm. Goal pits. Pressures as it circles around. Backhand up. Now off to the races, and arm goes up for what will be our first icing of the period with 6:29 left to go here in the first. One of the first face-offs here on the right side so far. Dropped in, back to the blue line. Arsenault chases. Worked up the boards, gets around the forward. And now try to chip and send it down. I think a little too much on that one, so back-to-back icings. We'll try again here. Right idea, just a little too much on that shot off the boards. from the blue line. McIntyre using the edges, try to create some space, gets it down low. Martin gets worked in along the boards. Rockets go heads up, in through the middle. McFadden, she'll pick up, play to the end wall. Martin back over. Selects try to go up the wall with it, and it'll come back. They'll get the change in at least one player. Now the rest of the forwards will go. With it, Daniel. Daniel steps in, shot. Lets one go high and left. Worked off into the corner. Daniel fishes it out. Holding, nice backhand pass to the point. Shot through traffic, bouncing rebound. Selects get to that first. Chip it off the glass. That one trickles down, Bourgeois. Bourgeois in behind, gets it on the right side. Cormier almost sent that down for what might have been another icing, but it caught the liney. Now brought in over the line. 5 minutes to go here in the first. Couple dekes. Worked back in behind. Leading pass gets cut off in the middle. Cormier, dump and chase. Back in behind. Grinton lifts it over the heads. Icing, and the old rainbow icing as took the long way there, up in the air, but comes down and floats in to the end, and the refs will whistle that down. 4:32 left to go here in the first. False start there off the hash marks. Face off on the left. Gets it back to Poirier. Poirier in behind, trying to find Richard down low. She'll get it, but pressured in behind. Now fished out of the corner, but then quickly taken over again. A little shove there on Savoie. Down low, Grinton. Grinton plays it across here to Boyle. Boyle got that over to Rose McLean, couldn't get it out. Now move to the middle here, Poirier, backhand. Puck doesn't make it through, swung around. Back to Fitzpatrick. She'll shoot it in, comes back to the corner for McFadden. Little chip play up the wall. Rockets reset. Subway's changing. Savoie had that roll off the stick as she brought it into the offensive zone. McFadden off the end of her stick and cut back to the middle. Selects. Slow it up on the end boards. Down low by Francis. And it's up the right side. Rockets. 2-on-1 forming. Rockets right side. Shot blocked. Pushed off into the corner. There's been a lot of work along those end boards, it's felt like, here through the first. Picked up. Sent down to the goal line. Pushed back to the blue line. Fanned on. Selects now. Over the red and sent down low. Tanner chases. Tanner with some good pressure there. Looking for help. Comes up the wall. Move back through the middle. Bourgeois plays it along the end boards. Poked at. Just in the reach of Daniel. Daniel over the blue line. Shoots one low. Misses about a foot on the bottom right post. As we cut inside, 2 minutes to play here. Selects. Up the wall. Cut off near the hash marks again. Daniel pressuring, selects. Into the back of the foot. Ward now with it. Taken away. Handed over to Daniel. Daniel steps in. Shot goes high and wide. Bourgeois tries to put some pressure on. Heads in behind. 90 seconds remaining. And now power play headed the other way. That one for interference. And the Selects will head to their first power play of the day with 1:26 to go here in the first. Face off on the right side. Lane gets tied up as the Rockets work that out shorthanded. Well down low, Colpitts killing some time off the clock, then just pushes it off to the corner nicely. Burris now with it. 1 minute to play here now in the first. Up through center. Puck worked down by Burris. Poirier picks up on that in the corner. Whoa, ref kind of almost threw that arm up for a potential trip, but continued on. Poirier looking for a lane. Got to be careful getting that stick in on the arms, and they do. Is sent into the end boards. Selects here to McCaddy. McCaddy back to the corner. Near the top of the line. Blue line, 13 seconds to go. Maybe trying to get a chance here late. Puck's on net. Puck will bounce over to the left side. 6 seconds now. Try to get that through, and that will take us to the end. So a quick little kick save there. And it'll end 1-0 after one. As 34 seconds of power play time for the Selects. When we get back, we'll see you in a moment. All right, back here to center for the start of the second period. It's 5-on-4 to start the period. Rockets down one. They put the arm up for the icing, even though it was PK, so waved off as the Rockets are going to try to get through this last 20 seconds. Subway's maybe trying for a little more offense this period. Don't know the official shot tally, but had to kill off 3 penalties. Down 1 coming into the second here. 2 of the top teams in the league going at it on a Saturday morning. Nice and early, we rolled into the rink around 7:10. And these young ladies were already down there warming up, getting some energy, getting the blood flowing, putting their best foot forward here for a big game. Penalty over, so the Rockets back to full. Bourgeois works it down the right side. Shot by Bourgeois. Push to the middle. Rockets into the half wall. Elaine. Cormier. Shot through traffic, kicked aside, jumping at it. Heads to the end boards. Swung back out. And puck slowly makes its way down for the icing a minute and a half in. Great pace to this game, though, is despite it being early, once you're out there and the puck drops, give it your best effort, and these ladies are doing a good job here early. Rockets team, this is the first time I've seen the Rockets team this year. Shot into the shin pad, usually if I'm doing the female league, it's the Western Wolves just down the road, and I don't know if the Rockets have traveled there. They might have and been covered else by someone else, but I don't know if they've made their trip out here besides this one, obviously. Elaine tries for that up the middle. Into some feet. Brought in over the line by Rose McLean. Loses that. Rockets reset, send a big saucer pass up. It's tipped off the stick to negate the icing. Volpitz worked from the corner. Subways. Play it across. Arsenault chases. Bootlier now. Bootlier spinning. Past the stick on the blue line. No ice as it was sent back by the Selects. Pressure coming from the Rockets into the offensive zone. Ward creates the turnover. Now they try to go up the wall back to Ward. McHattie is there, though, for it, and she'll send it cross ice east to west. And it moves in behind. Ward pressured in along the boards as Burris just got there in time. And then offside. They'll call it. Trying to get over that blue line. Want to thank everyone tuning in again here to High Button Sports. Another day of action around the league. Puck dropped in there, back and behind Arsenault. Arsenault over to Poirier. Poirier sends it back. Arsenault surveying. Swung at. Back into the zone. Good burst of speed there by Cormier. She goes at it with Conley all the way into the end board. Some help coming there. Let up ahead. Selects. In behind. Poirier. Poirier goes down. Selects try to jam in on the corner. Poirier back up. Nice little move there. Tries to put it to the middle. Intercepted by Lexi McIntyre. McIntyre down the right. In behind the net. Going the long way around and got that in front for a moment, but no shot registered. And then a head full of steam comes back and creates a turnover again. And Seven's buzzing out there for the Selects. Pass the stick there over to Fitzpatrick for the Rockets. She'll head in around. Get it to Cormier. Cormier tries to get that through. It's blocked. Kept in the zone by MacArthur. MacArthur down on the doorstep. Trying to spin out of it. Rolls up the wall. Rockets get it out of the zone. Spun out there. Brought back in. And the arm goes up. Both referees got the arm on that one. It'll be back to the power play here for the Selects a couple minutes into the second. .28 left to go here as we approach the halfway mark in the game. Shot in and instantly covered up. Selects. Work that back to the line for McIntyre. McIntyre down onto the doorstep. Ricochets off the shaft of a stick in behind for Bourgeois. Pressured down low, then sent back out to the blue line. Holding here now for McIntyre. Back to McIntyre. She'll get it to the left side. Rose McLean, McIntyre. Feeds that over. Burris gets knocked off the stick and sent back through center. Up over the line. On the right side. Pull back play by Burris. McIntyre. Burris shot into the air and comes down like an old pop fly. And whistle goes, a minute gone off the power play. Face off in the Rockets' end. False start on that one. Selects. Keep it in on the blue line. Get it to the left side. Richards shot. Tried for that one as it works along the boards. Back to the blue line. Picked up here, surveying. Back in along. Rockets. Poirier pressured in her own end as Selects doing a good job here, keeping their foot on the gas. 30 seconds to go on the power play. Shot. Rolls out to the left. Arsenault, and they jam it in. And just like that, the game is tied off the power play marker. Like I said, Subways were pushing hard down low, doing a good job of keeping that puck alive when it looked like it might have been done. And instead, it's poked in on the corner, and we've got a tie game, so good bounce back. Couple minutes here for the team in blue. 1-1. We're all even. Back in behind. That one's played off to Bourgeois. Bourgeois walks the blue line. Gets it past the stick in behind McFadden. Works it up the wall. Cormier tries for it. Cormier flips it in behind. Back to the blue line. One-timer goes wide. Back over to Richard. She'll fire it along the end boards. In behind Cormier. Cormier picks it up. Up through center. Back for Subways though. They take that and fire it in behind. Fredette slows it down. Bourgeois. Picks it up, gets it past center. McFadden tries to find Savoie, comes back instead for Cormier. Cormier to Bourgeois. Up the right side and instantly slapped back into the zone there by Grinton. Near the hash marks. Out of 4. That puck kicked in around. Onto the stick there for Rose McLean. Exits the zone back to center. Big old clear, and that one's going to be for an ice. As down the right side we go. Under 2 minutes till the halfway point in this game. Puck dropped in. Bounces back for the Selects. Picked up. Shot in around the end boards. Trying to shove that up through the middle. Rockets. Little flick play. Slowed up into a shin pad there. Poirier. Swung at that. Poirier now up the wall. Daniel in behind. Left side. Stepping in. Shot blocker to side. Daniel. Up the wall with it. Poirier steps in. Rolls to the middle. Selects. Up ahead. Back to Poirier. D-to-D pass there. Looking for that outlet pass. Gets it onto the stick of Ward for a moment. And Grinton gets it around. Oh, and a little shove there along the boards. And yeah, that'll be a penalty. Not too surprised about that one. Kind of dug in, and with 10:50 to go in the second. Power play here for the Selects as they look for their first lead of the game. As Bootlier is going to sit. Face off to the left. McIntyre. Back to the blue line. Worked over to the top of the circle. Shot. Save made. Puck still loose. Right on the doorstep there and somehow stays out. Backhand gets back to the line. Played across to McIntyre. Selects have really locked in here the last 10 or so minutes. This second period. Still moving around in front. Ref still has an eye on it. Chased after. Arsenault. Back to McIntyre. McIntyre tries to center that. Bounces right back to her. Rolls off the stick of Burris. Burris now pressured on the line. Trying to break three the other way. Elaine will just do enough to work that to the opposite corner. As we're officially into the second half of this game. Played up through the middle. Slap back the other way. Down the right side. McIntyre. Into the feet of Francis. And back and around for McIntyre. Lots of touches for number 7 out there on the Selects here today. Lead play up the right side. Catches the stick of Vint. Vint gets worked into the boards. 22 seconds to go in the power play. Moved off to the middle. Selects. Head that in. Boyle slows up. Tries to play it up the right side. Back over to Dorian as Bootlier rejoins the ice. So it'll be back to 5-on-5. Successful kill there for the Rockets. Poirier. And the arm goes up, and penalty back the other way. That's going to be a hook. 8:35 to go in the second. And face-off will be on the right. Heading back in this direction, so back-to-back penalties. Different teams, but lots of power play opportunities through this one. Bootlier gets it down to McFadden, shoots, ricochets to the corner for Bourgeois. Tries to get that out, but instead the selects will just slap that down the ice and chase after it. Hustled by McHattie. Fredette plays that in net for the Rockets, and she's active back there trying to keep this play moving in the right direction. Minute 33 on the power play. Over to the left. Bourgeois. Back into the end boards. Elaine to Bootlier. Bootlier to the left side. One-timer shot. And just to get in on field, but save made. Now McFadden. They set up. Played out in front. Try to steer that through. Picked up and sent to center. McFadden in over the blue line, looking for some open room. Kicks that back to Bootlier. Bootlier, nice pass there. McFadden trying to find an angle, forced to the outside. Fans on it. We'll get back to Bootlier. Bootlier feathers that. McFadden shot loose there. Front rebound in front. Poirier jumped down looking for it as well, but it's picked up. They can't get it out there. Selects. Rockets do a good job keeping that in. Back to Poirier. Poirier with some open room. 17 seconds on the power play. Kicks it back to the middle. Down now to Ward. Ward steps in. Off a shin pad. Picked up and a little too much mustard on that one as it gets to center. 6:36 to go. Selects. Kill off the penalty and it's sent down. Whistle the other direction. 6:28 to go here in the second. Poirier. Played along the wall. Rockets lead that up ahead. It's chased after by McIntyre. She'll come around the net with a full head of steam. Now to Richard. Looking for the play. Slowed up in behind by Martin. Martin worked off onto the wall. Near the end boards. Slapped at. Backing around over to Arsenault. Gets him behind Daniel. Selects lead that ahead. Cormier cuts back, little ricochet in near center. Down the left side now, sent into the end boards. Comes out the other side. Ref takes a tumble there. Grabbed by Chisholm. Chisholm to the blue line. DDD pass there through traffic, and that one kind of had eyes for top right. Didn't quite get there, but had a look. Harsland hard down there in the corner as they both get held up. And player kind of labored down there. And with 4:42, remaining here in the second. Hard down low. We don't show injuries here at high button. But worked down there in the corner. A little frustration from both coaches on that one. We'll have to see what comes as it was Cormier who went down. Number 7 there. And they're going to send her to the box. So the rare injury penalty combination there against Cormier, but she looks to be slightly better. Oh no, they're sending her back over to the bench, so maybe an explanation due here. So you saw them get tied up down low. I actually wasn't sure initially who the penalty was on. Yep, so they are going to bring her over to the box, so the ref didn't make a motion on what it was for, so I suppose maybe tripping or hooking or something, but Cormier, who went down, is going to sit now for 2 in the box. 4:42 to go in the second. 1-1 game, first game of the day. Puck in the feet. That one sent down the right side. Selects. Wait for that. McIntyre. Pushed up to Ward. Ward sends it in on the end boards. Pushed across. Now up ahead to Rose McLean. Puck frees up for MacArthur. MacArthur is the Selects try to go to work on the power play here. McIntyre down on the doorstep. Rockets back to McIntyre. Across the blue line. In front. Little chip play and just finds the corner. Tried to get squared up to that one. Minute gone on the power play. Back to McIntyre. Freed up. Selects. Send that up ahead and sent in and well out of the blue paint, but the free cover down there for the Rockets. .322 remaining here in the second. 40 seconds on that power play. Puck dropped in, steered aside. Bootlier now. Picks up. Heads down off the clear. Grinton hustles after it. Grabbed by the Rockets first. That gets a reaction from that bench. Leading pass. Has a nice pass up the left side there. McHattie tries for it. Bourgeois in on the end boards. And it's worked back to the blue line. D to D. To the middle. Shot doesn't make it through. Shots coming out of premium. Vint. To the blue line. That one steered aside. Along the end boards. Drop back down low. Held in there and kicked back to the line there for Grinton. Grinton over to the left side, trying to feather that through onto the opposite side for the tap in. Didn't quite make it there. We're back to even strength here. 2:10 left to go in the second. Into the feet. Flip down the right. Grinton. Back around Elaine. Elaine. She moves over the blue line. .140. Puck was tipped. Elaine. Elaine. Back to the blue line. Rockets looking to get a full setup going here. Cormier. To the blue again. 110. Shot off the shaft of the stick. Flipped off the glass and it goes over the heads. Oh, and a little Poirier almost falls out there, but sticks with that puck, trying to jam it up the wall. Kept in. Final minute to play here in the second. Rockets. Get that pass off. Back in behind McFadden. Richard chops it out of the air. It's sent from behind. Arsenault. 36 seconds. Rockets. Lead play. McFadden over the blue line. Brings it in. Drops it off. Flipped on over to Rose McLean. Across the blue line. Into the feet of Burris, who chases that to the corner. Tries to get it back with 13 seconds here now. On the wall. Rockets poke at it. Savoie. 4 seconds to work with. And shot into the line. And that will do it. So 1-1 after 2 as the Selects tied up. Back for the third in a moment. All right, and we are back here with the third period of action between the Rockets and the Subways. The first game of the day here on the High Button Airwaves on a Saturday morning. 1-1 the score. It's been a good, even game here so far. First period probably would have given to the Rockets. Second goes to the Selects. We'll see what this one has in store. And a nice little play out in front there is McCaddy put that one right on the money with the backhand pass from the corner. Chipped up the wall. Worked in around for Fredette. She'll slow it up. Rockets. Over to Fitzpatrick. Across the blue line. Turned it over to Dorian. And Selects reach the red line and send that in. Rockets get to it first, behind the back play. Nicely done there. Opens up a little space for her D partner. Up ahead, trying to chase. Sent on back. Cormier going at it down low with Boyle. From the corner now, lead play. Hits the stick of Tanner. Cormier to the end boards. Jumps the stick back to Ward. Ward for Cormier. Ward trying to go on the doorstep. Selects. Play that out. Cormier picks it up. Into center. Daniel puts some pressure on. Now picks that up. Looking for a play up through center. Will gain the red line and just dump it down. And change off as fresh legs coming out for the Rockets. First change of the period there. Play from the Selects. Moved up ahead and just out of the reach. Bootlier grabs, gets it on the left side. Richard tries to play that through. Bootlier. She'll go down. Savoie gets a whack at it. And the Selects work it from the outside here. Burris. McFadden. Arsenault. Pushed back to the blue line. Let's get a head in along the end boards. Bootlier. Up the wall with it. Shot through traffic, tipped off. Loose on the doorstep. Couple whacks at it. How does that one stay out? Goaltender down. Another shot, still loose. Bouncing puck. And about 5 quality stops in a row there. And I am not sure how that stayed out, but it did. And the best sequence of saves so far this game just happened. Puck into the feet. Up ahead down the right side. It's going to be Selects. Get to that first. McIntyre from the end boards. McIntyre slows up. Right side corner. Rockets stick handling. Over there for Vint. Along the end boards. Poirier to the half wall. Colpitts tries to get that around. Near the blue line. Time to shoot, and a rebound comes out, and another chance in there. As Poirier had a couple dekes there to create some space and gets a quality look off there. Over the red line. Sent into the end boards. Poirier leading pass back to Fitzpatrick back to Poirier, sorry. Now bounce pass in over the blue line. Elaine shoots that, kind of just flutters off into the corner. Grinton gets to it. Grinton played across. Lead play there, trying to spring Richards into the feet and heads to the end boards. Richards Back down low. Ward uses the body to buy a little time. Over to Bourgeois. Trying to go up the wall with it. Little flip play. Selects. Pass the stick there. Trying to swing that out. Bourgeois. Over to Daniel. And sent in the opposite direction as Bourgeois chases that down. Face off here on the left now. .03 remaining. So pretty much 5 minutes gone here in the third. 1-1 still the score. One sequence where the Selects almost took the lead, but other than that, not a ton of shots here through the first 5. Arsenault plays it across. Puck fluttered in there, won't reach the net. Selects, try to move it back the other direction. Over to Tanner. Stopped up there, Rockets. Savoie gets it to McFadden. In there on the end boards. Slap that. Off the feet, back for Arsenault. Down the wall, Savoie. Lays it in behind for Fields, slowed up. Selects. Over to Arsenault. Back in behind Conley. Arsenault works over to Poirier. Poirier tries to catch up to that. Nice little poke there at the last second. McFadden over the line, fires that. Hits off the chest protector and into the end boards. They chase it. Savoie keeps it in. Selects now take possession. Up the right side. Rose McLean tries for that. Puck freed up, back to the blue line. Across, shot goes wide and behind. Chopped across. Flip back into the zone there, Poirier. Shakes off a stick. Poirier getting pressured. Spinning in front. Comes back to center. Selects. Circle back around. Onto the stick. Fitzpatrick staying with it. Drop back, Bourgeois. Over to Cormier. Cormier tries to jam that in on the post, or don't know if that was intentional or not, but puck ends up there anyway and covered up. Worked around the end boards. That gets back in behind for the Rockets. D pass there. Trying to get that up. Tags up just in time on the left side there. Barreling in is McCaddy. Runs into Cormier down low. Ward. Now pressured there by Rose McLean. Grab from there. Backhand in front. Trying to get it on the doorstep. Puck still loose. On. Shot. That one falls out. And looking for the wraparound and can't quite finish it off. And the glove falls off and the whistle goes. And a good push there by the Subways with 11:56 to go in the third. Puck fed off to the corner. Worked around for Bourgeois. Going to be sent in around. Cormier. Back to Bourgeois. Spun out front. Cormier. Leading play. Fredette slows it up. Bourgeois tries to get the pass off, but no one home. Selects pick up on it. Burris works it down low, gets worked off into the wall by McFadden. Flipped on back to the line. Looking for a shot through traffic. Save made as Conley lets that one go. 10:58 left to go in the third. Face off to the right. Boutlier spins around and heads up the right side. Lead play onto the money there for Elaine. Elaine to the right side. Tries to create a rebound, but it's steered in behind the net by Field. Down low, Tanner. Tanner over to Elaine. Down the left side, a nice burst of speed there. Burris. She'll go down and kind of bowling pin into the goaltender, but gets back up. Rodier shoots, hits the end boards. Comes back around. They try to go for a skate up through the middle. Whacked at. Elaine trying to find a lane. She does up the left side. Shot in. Save made, but the rebound sent out. Tanner gets it across. Rose McLean. Flip back the other way. Inside 10 minutes to go here in the third. Cormier. Cormier to Daniel. Daniel shoots, scores! Slides that one by. And the Rockets retake the lead with 9:27 to go here in the third. Finds some open room and then finds her spot, getting it by the glove. And inside 10 minutes to go, we've got a lead again. So Selects, who really stepped up after that first few minutes, after that first period, had some good looks themselves, still find themselves down here now with 9:20 to work with. That's sent down for an icing. Face off will come back into the Subway's end. Puck dropped in, and it's on the blue line. Down the right side to Ward. Ward gets worked into the end wall. Rockets. Shot ricochets off a stick to the corner for Ward. Back to Daniel. She'll circle the long way around, looking for some open room. Lets a shot go, tipped low. That one made it all the way through to the netminder. In behind. Rose McLean tries to get it up. Oh, but put around there. A nice move and a cutback play by Poirier. She's wheeling and dealing out there. Down on the goal line, looking for that Draisaitl angle. Poked at. Selects. Put a little pressure on. Now it's go to the zone. 3-on-1. Trying to get that up ahead. Onto the stick. Shot. Scores. And the Selects get it right back a minute and a half later. And a beautiful finish by McIntyre. And with 8:09 to go, they tie up the game again. Great finish and a great dish to make it happen. 2-2 the score, and we head back to center. Puck dropped in behind Fredette. Cormier up the right side. Richard, gets definitely tied up on that one. That's going to be a penalty against the Selects coming off the tying goal. So the Rockets head to the advantage, 7:50 to go. Face-off coming, and a big one here as we're getting down the stretch. Backhand comes over Bourgeois, McFadden near the blue line, tipped off the stick, and now it's a foot race to it. And Selects might have a step up ahead, in on net, save made on the break. And the short-handed breakaway, Rose McLean, had the lead in her sights. And the biggest save of the game coming with 7:30 to go in the third. On the blue line, this one gets worked out down the right side, looking for an angle. Poirier might have a step. Poirier shoots. Ooh, and she slows herself down into those end boards, coming in with a full head of steam as they try to file one in. Back to Daniel, coming in with a lot of speed, but manages to slow up and right back in the play. Daniel, back to Poirier, shot, steered aside, a good look there. Past the skate, left side. Down low, now in front, all sorts of time, and they score right on the doorstep. And the Rockets with the power play marker. And they will not go away. Richard with a big one on the doorstep, 3-2. Just keep punching. The Selects keep punching back, but we have another lead here, 6:43. Back near center. Puck. One up. Tanner gets it down low. Couple of twos going at it down low with Tanner and Boutlier. Comes in around. Boutlier into the feet. Arsenault down on the end boards. Selects back to the blue line. Over to the left side. Shot. Steered aside. Francis tries to play that for the Selects. Gets back as far as center and sent to the corner. Arsenault. Savoie takes a bump. Down here in front now. Elaine. Poirier heads up past there. Down the left side. That's grabbed by Elaine. Savoie. Ward on the end boards. Selects. Up ahead. Puck slowed up. They'll look for their entry inside 5 minutes to go here now. Getting into the home stretch of our opening game here. Slapped along the wall. Daniel already has a big goal in this one. Sent in. Ward gets to it. In around for Cormier. Shoved in along the boards down low. Rockets back to the blue line. Bourgeois shoots in. That one's grabbed out of the air for a solid stop there. 4:22 to go. Face off in the Selects end. Down low, in behind the net. Conley up the wall with it. Bourgeois over to Cormier. She'll go up the left side, Selects. It's picked up. Conley up the left again. Rose McLean fires it into the end boards. McHattie. To Richards, McHattie back to the line. D pass there. Nice job getting that across, but fanned on. Now that's a free puck and numbers potentially the other way. Rowan handed it back. No one home. As one player went off for the change. Ward's going to take it and dump it down. Ward. Back to Boutlier. In behind McFadden. Rockets. Back to the blue line. McFadden. Backhand. No one home there except the Selects. Now they'll try to work it back the other way. Boutlier pressured. Up the wall. Chisholm. Gets it down low to Tanner. Tanner. Jumping into the play. It's blocked. 2:46 to go here now. Time really winding down. Haven't had a whistle here in a moment. Comes back over to McIntyre. McIntyre trying to muscle her way through. Stopped up by Boutlier. Boutlier brings it in. Has Daniel with her. Boutlier going to shoot and snaps one in there. Save made by Field. 2:24 remaining. Keep an eye on the netminder back there. Picked up. Poirier. In behind for Richard. She'll be held in along the boards. As they start to dig away for it. Rockets could sit here and do this all day. This is what they're wanting to do. Gets free in behind. Slows it up, back to Fitzpatrick. Shot blocked before it can get there. Loose on this stick for the Rockets in the slot now. Elaine pushes it back in behind. Back to Poirier. Poirier just takes it and shoves it back into the net. Poirier again down the half wall, only 99 seconds remaining. Down here, Fitzpatrick. Stick lifted there, McFadden. Trying to get that through. Fitzpatrick. Over to the right. Elaine. Picked up, lead pass, and Ward was trying to get that in stride and turn it the other way. Broken up nicely there, though, by Boyle. Selects. In around. That's to the end boards. Played off the net. Final minute to play here now. So selects. Need the push. Net empty. 6 on 5. Free in the middle. Shot off the post. And a great look there. That's going to exit the zone. That was the shot they were trying to set up. All sorts of sticks. Pressuring coming back into the zone. Rockets pick it up. Ward. She'll get shoved down. And the arm goes up for the penalty. And with 30 seconds to go, the body check. And that was just Burris trying for a last second move. Trying to keep that puck in the offensive zone, but 30 seconds with 2 minutes of power play time now. He's off to the left. Back to Poirier. Poirier shot. Hits the end boards. Rockets stick handle that. Kill some time off. 20 seconds to go. Colpitts just works that back around. McIntyre tried for it. 10 seconds now. And the Rockets bench will get to their feet. As a hard-fought game with 3 seconds to go. Daniel steps in, shoots, goes wide. But they'll finish it off. And an exciting game and an exciting third period ends with a Rocket win. So we appreciate you turning in here on High Button Sports. We'll see you in a few minutes for the next one.